Mika'Il Al-Rashid, a strong and fierce fighter, a compassionate and wonderful person, and a dedicated servant to this kingdom, I think is that man.
Calling out the Honorable Lord Mika'Il Al-Rashid into this royal court.
Hold! Before you proceed through your journey into this order, I would first hear from the populace as to your courage and your worthiness. Baron Edwin de Hack, squire brother to Mika'Il, would you speak on his behalf?
Yes, Your Majesty. I've known Mika'Il from a beginning fighter. I've watched him on his journey as squire. I have been on shield brother to him on the field. I have been archer with him on the field. He is my peer, and I feel he needs to advance.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Lady Sarah of Axmore, would you speak on Mika'Il's behalf?
Yes, Your Majesty. Mika'Il Al-Rashid has helped many children throughout the society, including myself. His words of encouragement and support to the youth, not just the fighters, have inspired many of the youth to continue service throughout the NCA. From the eyes of the youth in the kingdom, Mika'Il has been a role model to all.
Thank you, Your Ladyship. These are good words, and we take them to heart. But before we continue this journey, we would hear from a group that Mika'Il has served well over the years. Are there any youth combatants who would speak for Mika'Il Al-Rashid this evening? It is good to know that Mika'Il is cherished by the populace. Now we would hear from the peerages. Mistress Sarah.
Hello, Your Majesty. I don't know if the rest of the populace could hear what these lovely children just said. They said, "We think that Mika'Il should be a member of the Order of the Chivalry because he is someone that we can look up to." The entirety of GLEANN looks up to Mika'Il Al-Rashid. He not only serves the youth populace, he serves the entire populace with his good heart, his warm spirit, his friendship, and when needs be, his muscle, his back, and his strength. He's not just seen on the field, he is seen in the kitchens, the halls, attending the royalty, and seeing to the needs of all of the populace. And Your Majesties, he is my hero. Thank you.
Mr. Snappany, would you speak on behalf of the candidate?
Yes, Your Majesty, it would be my great honor. I can only hope that my words will do this man justice. I know of no harder worker for Glenavon
not only our men, our women, and our children, but every member of the populace from his first day and until his last. He shall be my people.
Thank you, Excellency. We would also hear from those who know the weight of the crown, those who have served the kingdom as royals before. Your Graces, Ashikaga, would you all dare to speak for the candidate?
Yes, Your Majesty. As all the peers of the realm know, the royal peers, the pelicans, the knights, the laurels, we know that the burden is upon us to be stewards of this society, the caretakers of the dreams of all of those that you see before you. We know that in Mika'Il, he embodies that stewardship.
As Crown, you often have the privilege to be introduced to very new people or people at their very first event. And sometimes as Crown, you are busy with your duties and may only have a passing moment to say hello and introduce yourself. And there are those within our kingdom that I always hope and have seen many times be introduced to new people at their very first event. And these people go out of their way to welcome those people in and explain our game and enrich their experience. Mika'Il is one of those people who does that for every newcomer that he comes across, and it is most appreciated, I'm sure, by many here. For many years, he has jokingly called me Nightmaker, and I have always known that what he needed was always within him, and that this day would one day come. Your Majesties, I'm very proud to say he is our peer.
Duchess Kidder, would you speak?
Your Majesties, so many good things have been said of this man so far. I would speak of his representation of the heart of this kingdom. He holds Glenavon's heart in teaching his children, our children, they are his children. He laughs at that. They are all his children. They are so special to him. His service, his works for us, he travels out of the kingdom and his work fame comes to the ears of the crown. Your Majesties, not much more can be said. This man is our peer. Thank you.
Thank you all for your words of praise to this camp. They do indeed fill our hearts with joy and make the decision, weighty decision of inducting a member into this order. We feel that this is the just and true thing to do. Mika'Il, we would invite you to leave the sable banner as your escorts and join us in our presence.
himself totally and has shown himself a true knight. And it's time to present him proof of that mastery.
Is there a belt to present to the candidate?
Why, yes, Your Honor. This belt, made by mine and my squire's hard laborers, is a symbol of purity. It is a symbol of the purity of heart, the purity of commitment, and the purity of the intent that we have to help and to serve one and all. At this point, I remove the squire's belt that I gave you, release you from that fealty, and put you further. Executive, sir. And release you to a greater and further commitment.
Is there a sword? Their chain.
Your Majesty, good honor, there are two. From the hands of Sir Baras Bayan, of the lineage of John Lee Arrogate of the Kingdom of Meridian, I present to you two. One made by the hands of Cormac, in lineage for Sir Loric Silvestris. The second by my hand, as a gift for one of the most incredible people I've known in the SCA. The links of these chains represent our circle in fealty to the crown. And may they be busted from your neck if you ever break it.
gotta go on YouTube.
I hope somebody's got the film.
Nothing but film here.
Mika'Il, Al-Rashid,
After all these years, still saying it.
protector of the crown, defender of the weak, and knight of the society. Before you rise, at this time, we would have your fealty as a knight.
I, Mika'Il Al-Rashid, this day vow fealty to the founder of GLEANN, and I vow to provide my arms in times of war, my art in times of peace, and my service in times of need. And I promise to defend our fair kingdom from all that desires our harm, with word, deed, and force. This day forward, as long as my crown allows, I am bound to be faithful. With courtesy and honor above all.
We, Caleb and Denzel, King and Queen of Love, hear your words.
And in turn, we proudly vow to defend you and yours with word, deed, and force.
Oaths kept as this one shall be, will be honored and with our love and faithfulness.
Oaths broken or forgotten will meet with our terrible wrath. We have no words.
Now, arise and go in our faith and our friendship, holding honor and courtesy above all.
This is my laurelin glove, actually. Mika'Il, you are now a knight of the society, and as such, let this be the last blow you receive that goes unanswered.
But